Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Wednesday, December 18th, 2024. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Happy Hump Day, everyone. Happy Fed Day. Today, we get another Fed statement. We get the Fed interest rate decision and the press conference that follows. That's going to give us another FOMC key level. The last time we got one was November 7th here. We're going to get another one here today. We could have a relatively quiet day here heading into the afternoon, although we have seen a pretty nice checkmark continuation day here, starting with a bit of a reaction at the previous session's low and a push back up within the previous session's range. We now have a 3-day narrow range heading into the afternoon Fed statement and rate decision, and that decision and statement could bring about a bit of volatility late in the session that could carry over into the end of the day and also into Thursday's trading. So we could be looking at a little bit more quiet price action here, but still with an upward bias. There is a shot to go outside day up today, and that may even happen early in the day, as we've already kind of retraced most of the previous session's range. So narrow 3-day range developing here ahead of the Fed later on today, and that could give us or will give us another FOMC key level with the potential to see volatility late in the session. We're still working our way toward the 6200 key level here, but also likely through it after getting a push out of the 10-day narrow range by way of the rollover gap. That could still lead to strength overall as this market continues to melt up into the end of the year. Looking at the NQ, right now the NQ trading higher by 0.16% at the moment. We're also seeing a reaction at the previous session's low. This one also has a shot to go outside day up today, and we continue to see a melt up phase out of this one ahead of the Fed later on today. This one continues to work its way higher toward the 23,000 level as well, and so that could be a continued melt-up phase into the end of the year toward that level. Tech has been very strong here lately, and again, strong lows, at least at the previous session's low early today, could lead to an outside day with a continued work up toward that 23,000 level. Looking at crude oil, this one's up 0.8%, sitting right around the $70 level right now. Still within the range, so this one's traded within the 67 to about the 71 zone for the last several weeks. It's kind of building some energy here. I did mention before that the next pullback could be the last pullback before we see a steady move higher into the final 2 weeks of the year. That usually happens on a seasonal basis here, and then we usually see a continuation higher into the first week of March. And so if that seasonal pattern plays out, we could be looking at strength higher into the end of the year, and then we could carry that strength higher into the first week of March. That could put us back toward about the 78.5 level, and that'll be the key range high from recent recent impulse move that really began there in September, and looks like it finished in September as well, or October. So that's going to be the key range to continue to watch. So October 1st into October 8th, that was the impulse move. The top of that range is 78.40 and change. So we could be looking at a push that takes us into that zone, basically into the first week of March. Looking at gold futures, right now gold futures kind of around the break-even point right now, just down 2 points on the day as of right now. This one is trading below the 2680 level. That was recent resistance here, and that suggests a little bit more weakness could be seen into the 2630 level. We're still in a downtrend overall, but after that big rejection in the previous week, we really haven't seen a whole lot of range this week. Still kind of narrow as we head into the Fed, and once we get the Fed statement and rate decision here, we're going to get another FOMC key level, and that could bring about a bit more volatility. As of right now, that rejection and all of the rejections we've kind of seen in that general zone would suggest a bit more downside here in the near term 26.32 could be the next near-term target to the downside. Looking at the YM right now trending downward for the most part, but today we're seeing some strength in pre-market trading. We've had 9 straight sessions down, starting with a couple of weeks ago here. That was 7 straight days down. Of course, on Monday we got the rollover gap to the upside and then continued downward as well. So it's been 9 straight sessions of weakness here, but today we're seeing a little bit of strength. Seeing a little bit of strength here. We are through the previous session's midpoint. We're testing prices back at weekly VWAP. Can the YM break the trend and start to make a move to the upside? That's the big question here. We've talked about the uptrending channel that is developed, and we're kind of getting closer and closer to the bottom of that channel, but you can see right here, that's been the channeling behavior. At some point, we're going to get ourselves a nice move, and that could take us higher into 45,000 and perhaps even a little beyond heading into the end of the year. Does that begin today? Does it begin this afternoon with the Fed's potential rate cut? So we'll see how that plays out, but at some point here, got to see a change of trend. Otherwise, we could continue to push a bit lower until proven otherwise. 43,500 could be the next near-term support level before we bounce. So keeping an eye on price action here in the YM today. Now, Bitcoin is down 1.8% at the moment, but starting to look like a bit of a tail event at the lower end of the day's range. Price dropping down to the 8-period PIMA here, and it's currently showing a little bit of strength. That again has been kind of how this thing has played out over the last few weeks. Nice trending price action here, a bullish PIMA trigger zone that remains stacked and sloped, and any pullback has been kind of a near-term buying opportunity. So we continue to see strength. This market's still trading at 105 and change here. We hit new all-time highs yesterday at 108.960 and continue to work our way higher toward the 113.745 target. Looking at Ethereum here, this one's down as well, 1.8%. This one backed off the 4,000 level, but continues to remain within the uptrending channel as well. That uptrend right there remains firmly intact. You can see the bullish PIMA trigger zone here, the stacked and sloped PIMAs. Again, like Bitcoin, any pullback remains a near-term buying opportunity as this thing looks to work its way higher toward 4,600, but we need to get through 4,200 here up ahead to kind of make that breakaway move. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out here heading into the Fed later on this afternoon. Good luck, trade well, and also be sure to visit pivotboss.com/flash sale to take advantage of the holiday deals. That's all for now, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.